Valentine's Day, everybody. Welcome to my channel. I am Janet. I have lost over 100 pounds following the ketogenic diet. And on my channel, you will find keto recipes, keto meal plans, protein sparing modified fast recipes as well. I always share everything with you, and hopefully you find my channel exactly where you need to be. And for all of my returning subscribers, welcome back to my channel. So I decided to wear red today in honor of Valentine's Day. So happy Valentine's Day to you all. I hope you are spending it with the ones that you love. And in today's video, I am actually going to be doing a keto recipe. I haven't made anything with coconut flour in a long time, like I have mentioned previously. I tend to make things a lot with the protein sparing modified fast bread recipe, just because coconut flour does cause a little bit of inflammation for me. But today I wanted to try this recipe so bad. I'm planning on making them not just cookies, because this is kind of a red velvet keto cookie recipe, but I'm going to kind of make them into like whoopie pies, and I'm going to be putting whipped heavy whipping cream in the middle to kind of make them a whoopie pie. So hopefully they will turn out. Let's get started. All right, so I will have this recipe linked below in my description. I am going to half the recipe though, so just so you know, I am going to be halving it, but let's get started. We're gonna start with the basic dough, and then we will make our whipped cream later on. All right, so we are going to start with our mixing bowl. Once again, I have you guys directly above the mixing bowl. A lot of you said you did like this angle, so I'm gonna see how it turns out for this recipe. So we are gonna start by making our dough, and what we are going to put in first is our softened cream cheese. This is 4 ounces because we are halving this recipe. Then we are going to put in our melted butter as well. This is 1/4 cup. Then we are putting in 1/2 cup of sugar substitute. So today's recipe, I am actually using an erythritol and monk fruit blend. So I'm putting 1/2 cup in there. Then we are going to put a splash of vanilla extract in there as well. Then we will put in some of the red food coloring. So this calls for about 3 to 5 drops. So I am going to put 3 drops in. And then we are needing 1/2 teaspoon of white vinegar. All right, so that is going to be our first part of this recipe. I am going to put it in my mixer, and we are going to blend it all up until it is nice and incorporated. Next, what I am going to do is I am going to put 1 ounce of chocolate chips just with a tiny little bit of coconut oil. I'm going to put them in the microwave for about 20 seconds just to melt them. All right, next what we are going to do to add to this batter is I'm slowly going to incorporate 2 eggs until it is all well combined.
You needed me like a cargo, you will carry me. I just hope you know my depth, even though it makes no sense. Sometimes I'm broken, too much of emotions. Sometimes I'm the lightning, don't wanna pick a fight with.
All right, next we are going to take our melted chocolate and we are going to slowly add it to this mixture. actually going to lift that up. I think it's going to be a little bit easier that way. Then after we add the chocolate, we are going to want to make sure that it is all well combined once again. All right, next we are going to add our coconut flour. This is a half a cup of coconut flour. We are going to stir that in. Then we are going to add our 1/8 of a cup of cacao powder. Then we are going to add 1 teaspoon of baking powder. And we are going to do a tiny little bit of the cream of tartar. And also a little dash of salt. You guys know I use the REDMOND's real salt. And then we are going to mix this really, really well. We're going to make sure that it is all well combined. I'm just going to push down everything that is along the edges so it mixes in. All right, so what we are going to do is we are going to let this chill in the fridge for 30 minutes. All right, it has been a half an hour. So what I am going to do is I am going to put all of the cookie batter on to some parchment paper on a cooking sheet. I already have the oven preheated to 350, so let's do that and then throw it in the oven.
Did you pack the flashlight, the blanket, and the map? It's a real adventure, the trail you're looking at. I'm glad you came. For a while I thought you might be bailing. Is that the same yellow shirt you used to wear? But 1,000 years seem like almost no time now. This guitar right here, do you still remember?
All right, we are going to put this in the oven for about 15 minutes. All right, next we are going to work on our, it's actually going to be a cream cheese. I just looked at the recipe and it's going to be a cream cheese filling. So I am going to make this and we are going to put them together. You can also make these as cookies with the icing, but I'm just going to do them as whoopies, just, I don't know, something different, right? So let's do that. We are going to be making the icing or the filling depending on what you're making. So we are going to start with 1/4 cup of heavy whipping cream. I am going to use the full recipe for these. It's totally up to you, but I'm just going to use the full recipe. I have the recipe for the cookies, but I'm going to use the full recipe for the icing. And we need a tablespoon of softened cream cheese, which I have in here. Then we are going to need 1/2 cup of powdered sugar substitute. I am going to be using the Swerve powdered sugar. And then we will use a splash of vanilla extract. And then we are going to blend that up really, really well until it's all well combined and 100% smooth. All right, these are them out of the oven. I ended up baking mine for 17 minutes. So I'm just gonna let them cool for a couple minutes. I'm gonna then transfer them on to a cooling rack and let them completely cool before I fill them. I have my icing here, and once they're done cooling, then I will put this and kind of make like a whoopie pie out of them. And I will definitely show you guys in the next clip. All right, these have completely cooled. So what I'm going to do is I am going to take some of the cream cheese filling and I'm going to spread it on one of the cookies on the inside. And then I'm just gonna put another cookie right on top. Like I said, you don't have to do it this way. I just wanted to do something different. You guys can make these just as cookies if you'd like, but this is what I am going to do. And then we will give it a taste test as well. I'm gonna keep these just in an airtight container and I'm gonna keep them in the fridge. So that is why I have this container here beside me.
I played for you, I was crappy, but you sang along and I thought you knew I could die to keep you near. We've got a fire in the tent, it's 5:30 a.m. Let's be the kids who left, get in trouble again. That stuff got nothing on you, that was brand new.
Let's give these a taste. They look really good. They smell absolutely delicious. So let's give them a taste. These do not even taste keto. So good, you guys. They are sweet. Definitely a treat. This is not something that you would have all the time. I just thought I would make something for Valentine's Day. Definitely, this is very, very good. A nice treat. The cookie part is even really, really soft as well too. There's a little look on the inside. Like I said, you can make these just as cookies. Especially if you're going somewhere and you need to take some little goodies, if you bring a dessert or anything like that, definitely keep these in mind. They are very, very good, very moist as well too for a cookie. So hopefully you give those a try at your next little Valentine's Day or make them tonight as a special treat for yourself. Let me know down below if you have tried any of my recipes, or definitely make sure you tag me on Instagram or here on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you hit that red subscribe button. Give this video a like to let me know that you're liking my content. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so YouTube can notify you when I upload a new video. Thanks for watching.